It's my favorite season, prenup season. I'm Cari Rincker of Rincker Law, and I focus on food, farm, and family. And I'm going to give you three things that prenup agreements usually talk about. First of all, it is the identification of either separate or marital property. Second, spousal support. And third, estate planning. Going back to the identification of separate and marital property, if you can visualize, everything in a marriage fits in one of three buckets. Each of the spouses has their own separate property bucket and then the marital property bucket. So when a client comes in for a consultation, I spend a lot of time talking about those three buckets and what should be in those. For example, where should income and retirement belong? Where should business interests belong? What about down payments made on a marital property from premarital wealth? And finally, what about appreciation on premarital property? Second, prenuptial agreements almost always, in some way, touch upon spousal support. So with this issue, there are basically three different options. Number one, we're going to follow the law. Two, we're going to have a complete waiver. Or three, we're going to tailor and custom make the rules for spousal support to fit the unique needs of the two of you. And then third and finally, estate planning. So this is oftentimes a confusing issue because people come to me thinking that a prenuptial agreement is really only comes into play if people get a divorce. But in this instance, it comes into play if somebody dies. So like spousal support, there are three options here with estate planning. One is we're going to follow the law. And in most states, a spouse has a default security blanket, such as a right of spousal election. In the state of New York, for example, that's $50,000 or 1/3 of the estate. The second is a complete waiver. Or the third is we're going to custom make our own rules. So those are three big topics that prenuptial agreements discuss. Again, I'm Cari Rincker of Rincker Law, Food, Farm, and Family.